Could this robot become the world's first robot millionaire? For the first time in history, British auction house Sotheby's is offering a painting created by a humanoid robot. The artist, called Ida, is not the only machine making waves in the art scene right now. You'll be surprised what they're capable of nowadays. The over 2-meter tall impressionistic portrait is called AI God. It could fetch up to 170,000 euros at an online auction at Sotheby's. So the piece might not make its creator a millionaire overnight, but still, that's quite a sum for a machine-produced artwork. And you never know what will happen at an auction. What's the painting's subject? Let's hear it first from the artist.
My artwork is a portrait of Alan Turing, the brilliant British mathematician who laid the foundation for modern computing and artificial intelligence. The portrait has a fractured and layered quality, reflecting our current fragmented and multifaceted worlds.
Well, Ida clearly isn't one for selling and marketing her art in an engaging way. She seems to be more of a deep thinker, almost lost in thought. Ida is AI-powered. She relies on algorithms to create her art and uses a large language model to communicate. Her father is English gallerist Aidan Mellor. He designed her together with British robotics company Engineered Arts. But coming back to the painting for sale, Ida didn't create it all by herself. The robot painted several small portraits of Alan Turing, which were combined into one large canvas. Studio assistants then added paint and texture. Finally, Ida painted on top of all that, adding new marks and texture.
Is it art? Well, that's up to the audience to decide.
What's your take on this? There certainly are some other artistically gifted robots out there. The Myra robots, originally designed for manufacturing, made their debut in Dresden, Germany, conducting music. The robots wield 3 colorful lightsabers to mark time. Each of them conducts its own group, in its own tempo. This is something no human could ever do. The music was composed especially to utilize 21st century technology, and here's what that sounds like. Well, that is interesting. Myra robots' artistic skills are limited though. They cannot react if the musicians play too slowly or too fast. They've learned from a human conductor how to move. Myra also can't interpret the music, which is also true for this robot. In a world's first performance in Sweden in October, it played a cello, accompanied by a symphony orchestra. Originally, composer Jacob Mulrad had the idea of composing a technically advanced piece that a human musician would not be able to perform. He resisted and created a slow and simple melody to demonstrate the robot's expressiveness.
I don't think it's about, being better or worse. Musical notation is basically like code. So my musical notation actually became, transcribed as code. So the robotic cello was actually playing like instantly from the score rather than, the interpretation that a musician makes out of the score.
Mulrad said that he received some criticism for his project. Even though there was no public outcry from musicians about robots competing for their jobs, other developments in robotics and AI could in fact bring uncertainties for artists. Recently, more than 13,000 artists and creatives came together to release the Statement on AI Training. It highlights concerns about the unauthorized use of artistic works in AI development. The goal is to protect creative content from potential misuse in artificial intelligence systems. For example, image and video generators, music generators, but also AI text tools and data used to train robots. Signatories of the recent statement include musicians like Radiohead singer Tom York, ABBA's Bjorn Ulvaeus, and The Cure's Robert Smith, but also actors like Julianne Moore and Kevin Bacon. In the past, best-selling authors like George R.R. Martin or John Grisham have also criticized the AI industry for using their works for training purposes. So there is a lot to watch out for in terms of protecting artists.
History has shown that technological advances can lead to both positive and negative consequences for humanity. I agree with Turing and with the United Nations that we must keep working for AI to be used for good.
Do you think in the future art will only be made by robots and AI? Will human artists be replaced? Let us know.